We are looking at chapter 9 of our textbook, which deals with confidently delivering your message. The first section was choosing the right delivery method. The second was using your voice. And the third now is using your body. So, Marshall McLuhan said this in the 1970s. He said the medium is the message. And what he meant by that is that the medium, the way you communicate, sometimes carries the message more than anything else. So very often it's maybe not your verbal words that you speak, but your nonverbal presentation that really carries the message and enhances your credibility. And that is using your body. So gestures involve you using your arms and your hands to illustrate, to emphasize, to provide a visual experience that accompanies your verbal words. Now, if you're using cue cards or note cards, they tend to tie your hands up. So I really don't recommend using cue cards, but if you're comfortable with using them, that's fine. I would suggest you rather use your outline as a basis to speak from. Gestures tell an audience that you're self-confident and that you're comfortable, that you're not rigid. As an outlet for nervous energy, they can help you feel more at ease too. And so certainly, gesturing is a part of an enthusiastic presentation. If you are so stuck to your notes that you tend to read it, you'll find out that you don't know what to do with your hands. Because when you read, the only thing that is engaged really is your mind and your lips, and the rest of your body doesn't know what to do per se. Your gestures should reinforce both the ideas in the message and something about who you are, your personality. Your personality should come through in your gesturing. So notice in table 9.1, there's certain actions that inhibit gesturing. One is clasping your hands together. Two is hugging your body. Clasping your hands kind of in a fig leaf position, putting it down here. Locking your hands behind your back. Hands on the hip. Arms folded in front of you. Putting your hands in your pocket. And then grasping and leaning on the podium from side to side. So, in using your body, you need to move about. Physical movements are essential. You want an active response from the audience, and when you move, the audience tends to follow you with their eyes, and they sense that you're confident and passionate and about what you are speaking about. An immobile speaker who's chained to one place tends to leave listeners a little bit listless and restless. So make sure that you move. Don't pace. It's not like you don't pace so much so that the audience thinks that they are at Wimbledon or the US Open watching a tennis match or watching a ping pong game. Movement has the additional advantage of helping you to release some nervous energy. Tie your movements to your visual aids and tie your movements to your transitions and your main points as well. Your face and your facial expressions provide information about your identity, your age, your gender, and more important than anything else, it is the primary source of your emotions. So smile at times. Match your facial expressions with your tone. Listeners feel more engaged, they feel more relaxed when you smile and you seem to be relaxed. Eye contact refers to the connection that you make with your audience through your gaze. And you want sustained eye contact with various members in your audience, as many as you can include. Don't look above their heads. They can tell that very quickly. It's not good advice at all. Look listeners in the eye and move from one member to the next. Sustained eye contact suggests confidence, openness, and honesty. It suggests that you're a person of conviction, you care what your listeners are thinking, and you're eager to see their feedback. When your eye contact is poor, on the other hand, you may be sending some unintentional messages that the audience interprets as 1, you're nervous, 2, you're hostile, 3, you're uncomfortable, and 4, you lack interest, and maybe 5, that you are dishonest. The audience may think you have something to hide or that you are not prepared. Distribute your gaze evenly throughout the audience. Don't tend to look only at those members who are providing some feedback to you. Glance only briefly at audience members. Look at them. Don't have long gazes. Glance only briefly and occasionally at your notes, and keep that connection with the audience strong. Keep your eyes on the audience. Appearance. Certainly standards for appearance are influenced by culture and the context, and largely the occasion in which you're giving this speech will determine your appearance. In some contexts, it's highly formal. In some contexts, it's less formal. So you need to know what your audience's expectations are and what they're in terms of culture and occasion. As rhetorical theorist Kenneth Burke says, your clothes make a rhetorical statement of their own by contributing to your spoken message. We'll get to communication apprehension in the next segment.